I grew up in Sacramento, and as a kid, I think like anyone else, completely blind to all of reality and learning as you go. You know, having fun when you can, getting in trouble when you get in trouble, and all that stuff.
And I was brought up in a, very safe environment and a good upbringing, and kind of had whatever I wanted. And then moving to Los Angeles, it was just such a reality check. It was, most people go home after the first, couple of months because it is difficult. But I got, robbed the first couple of nights I was there, and but I stuck it out, and because I wanted it so bad.
I was very much determined to become a soccer player. But at that time, that's when I turned the TV on and there was the Beatles. And then I became fully hooked on music.
And then not long before I joined Skillet, I was just touring with an indie artist in a Toyota Corolla with a bass cabinet next to me in the back. We were in a Toyota Corolla and like a Chevy minivan. Paying the dues.
I paid a lot of dues. I'm sure.
Yeah.
The goal has always been to forcibly engage people. When I don't want people to feel, it's not even about feeling safe, like we always hear people say, like, well, you guys are like the most dangerous band. And it's never been, to me, about danger, it's been about connection. Like when you reach out and like grab someone, or if you engage them, if you're sweating on them, if you're on top of them, there is an impossibility for them to not be in that moment.
Nobody in my family has ever seen my band play. My brother has, but my father, my mom, like nobody really on the Schleibbaum side has really ever come see the band play. So I wouldn't say that they were not supportive, but I wouldn't say that they've embraced the band. There's a lot of internal differences. So I think the best way to stay in harmony as a family is to maybe keep a few things separated.
As a producer, I've worked with a lot of different bands. I think I've learned from all those experiences. So it's hard to pick one. Working with a band like Cradle of Filth definitely made me grow a lot as a producer and as a musician. Also working with Anthrax as well. First real production gig was for me was the Anthrax record, We've Come For You All. It was also the time it's when I joined the band. So it was like these two things these two aspects of my career kind of took off at the same time.
Yeah, because once we started to go to shows, it was just, the scene was growing, and we were like the youngest guys in there, but we barely were able to make the cut, and a lot of these older guys probably thought we were cool, that we were, so into it, and they mentored us, various people, and brought us in, welcomed us into the scene, and if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be able to infiltrate.
When we first started listening to this music and we got heavier and heavier with our tastes, and then we started the band, we had really just been introduced into the underground scene, the tape trading scene and fanzines. So that was that was eye-opening for us, because at that point we realized, wow, there's people all around the world, because we started getting mail from every corner of the world, So we knew there were fans out there, but we knew it wasn't something that was mainstream,
It's like a reunion. It really is a reunion. From the beginning of that restaurant that those guys were smart enough to put together, having all 4 bands in one restaurant, no agents, no managers, no people, no offense to anybody, but just getting to know our friends again, and that's the reality of it. This all started from just hanging out and playing shows together, and it brought back, just imagine doing a high school reunion or something. It was very much growing up in this, coming up into this thrash scene, always touring together. You got to remember, we Metallica and Anthrax, we've been together forever.
I write good stuff when my life sucks and I'm really pissed off at everything. That's usually where a lot of the high on fire shit comes from. Yeah, but I usually do a lot of reading, a lot of research, and then I kind of combine that with a lot of metaphoric parallels that can, combine like what happens in my life and what's reality, and then what I choose to explain reality as in some sort of esoteric fantasy term, metaphor.
The scary thing for me is, in ending this,
is that I'm not scared of continuing to do this. I'm scared of not having those shows. It's scary to think of like all the in-between shows just as being everything, because the in-between shows is difficult, you know. But in another respect is this grind is hard, so I think being able to try new things and focus on other things is exciting, and you can't really do that unless you close some doors. So I do think about the fact that I can't do this forever. I don't know how long that could be, but I know it can't be forever, because physically it's just not possible.
Don't you ever try to be